Welcome to Unreal Engine Key Concepts, where we break down essential Unreal Engine terms to help you build better games. In this occasion, we are going to be talking about actors. What is an actor? This is the definition that the Epic Games documentation gives us, but let's break it down so it's a lot more digestible. An actor is any object that can be placed into a level. Things like a camera, static mesh, or player start are all actors. Again, anything that you can place inside the level will be an actor. Also, actors will support 3D transformation. For example, translation, which lets me move our actor to any place of our level. Rotation, that lets me rotate on its axis. And scaling, that will let me make my actor either bigger or smaller. They can also be created through gameplay code. In Blueprints, the gameplay code looks like this. And in C++, it's just the same, but with text. This is the spawn. Here we have the spawn is asking for a class. This is also asking for a class, spawn transform, spawn parameters. So as you see, it's pretty similar. They can also be destroyed through gameplay code. And as you can see, we have the blueprints version. We need a reference to an actor. We need to know which actors we want to destroy. And that's exactly what the code is doing. And in the case of C++, it's even easier. You just get the reference and then immediately destroy it. Now, we do need to take in consideration that this removes them from the level and marks them as pending kill, which means they will hang around until they are cleaned up on the next garbage collection. So they don't immediately are removed from memory because accessing the memory takes a little bit of time. Right? So again, when you destroy an actor, they are marked as pending to kill and they stop doing the things that an actor does. And they just wait until the next time the garbage collection inside the Unreal Engine happens. Now, where does it come from? This actor, it doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It comes from C++. The engine has been built in C++, which is a programming language that it's very popular actually. Talking about the actor specifically, the base class of this is called a actor. So all the actors will have this base class. What does it mean? That every actor that we create later on in the engine, in the Unreal editor, will be deriving some information from this base class and will inherit all the properties defined inside of it and all the functionality that is also inside of it. What does this mean? From the base class, we can create new instances of a actor classes. Creating an instance means that I'm actually spawning it in my level. I'm making it appear in the level. This can be an instance exactly as specified in the base class, an instance that is the same actor but with a different color, or an instance that has the same color but a different scale. Those are instances of the same actor, but they are different, right? That's the magic of instances. And that's how we can actually get a wide range of actors that are very different from each other. So whenever we create an instance, we are taking the information inside the base class that it's all either code written in C++ or code written in Blueprints, and we're spawning it in the level. This is what we call spawning, creating instances of a certain actor in our level. How can we make actors different from each other? Components. Components is how we can actually create diversity within my actors. because we have said that everything in our level is an actor. But if everything is an actor, then how can things be different from each other? Well, actors can be thought of in one sense as containers that hold the special types of objects called components. So the actual functionality and differences of an actor lies on the types of components added to this actor. Different types of components can be used to control how actor moves, how they are rendered, etc. So as an example, here we have a gold pickup actor. And inside its component hierarchy, we have that the root is a scene component. Attached to this scene component is a static mesh component. This static mesh component is what we see here. This mesh of polygons. Attached to that static mesh, we have the particle system component, which you can see as the little flares and lights that has inside of it. An audio component can be used to play some sounds. Maybe when you get near it, you might need to hear a little shining SFX that lets you know that this gold pickup is near. And a box component, so we know whenever our character is near this actor, so they can pick it up, right? So it's through these components that my actor is different from other actors. And that's how we can actually tell you that, yes, everything inside a level is an actor, but it will be the components that the actor is holding that will make it unique. Right, so we're talking about this root component. Specifically, this root component is a scene component. A scene component is any type of component that will hold a translation, rotation, and scale value. Why is it useful or why is it important to know about the root component? Actors themselves do not have transformation. If you open the C++ class, you won't find the transform inside of it. The component at the top of the hierarchy will give it its transform, but only if it's a scene component. And whenever you open Unreal and create an actual actor, you will see that every actor, every empty actor that we may create through blueprints or C++ already comes with a scene component at the root level by default. We can change this if we like to, but just take in consideration that the new root will be the one that defines the transform of our actor. Other attached components have a transform relative to the component they are attached. And that's how some components that are not the root can have a relative transform that we can move and manipulate inside our blueprint class or our C++ class. Now, if we want to learn more about components, we will probably do a video on it if it's not already posted, but these are some few of the key types of components. I'm just going to mention this for now because it's a lot of information. So we have some actor component, scene component that we have already seen. So the scene component, we know that they have a transform inside of them, and a primitive component. If you want to learn more about actors, also more things that you can learn. But again, I wanted to keep this video short, so we will not be touching on the ticking, the life cycle of an actor, and the replication. With that, we have covered the most basic aspect of an actor, which is the main building block for creating our games. If you are interested in seeing these concepts in action, check out our action game course, developed entirely in Unreal Engine 5. For personalized guidance, consider booking a one-on-one coach session with us. And if you'd like to support our channel and gain access to exclusive perks, join as a member now. All links are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.